humans have been in the Arctic for over 40,000 years, new discoveries reveal. Scientists have found evidence the first humans to inhabit the Arctic appeared about 40,000 years ago, at the beginning of the Late Paleolithic. The discovery was made by scientists from the Siberian Section of the Russian Academy of Sciences, (Saran), conducted radiocarbon analyses of reindeer antler fragments found at the Kushevat Paleolithic site in the lower Ob region. In addition to the antler bones, scientists also examined a woolly mammoth, Mammuthus primigenius, a steppe bison, Bison priscus, Alces deer, Cervus elephus, sibiricus, and potentially the muskox, Ovibos moschatus. Analyses of the bones dated them back to a series of 20 different radiocarbon dates, all ranging from the period between 20 and 40,000 years ago. Although this finding solely points to animals and not humans inhabiting the Arctic region 40,000 years back, the discovery has now become the basis of further analyses, which currently date human activity in the Ob region back to 40,000 years ago. This is because two reindeer antlers held traces of human activity amongst this group of bones, which have only recently been analyzed. The question of the initial settlement of the Arctic and subarctic by an ancient man of the modern type, Homo sapiens sapiens, has long been of interest to scientists. The valley of the Ob River is often considered a potential migration route for Paleolithic man. It is believed that modern man came to Europe and Asia 50,000 to 60,000 years ago. What is still unclear is where the modern man lived before and how he crossed the Urals. For a long time, the hypothesis prevailed that 12,000 to 30,000 years ago, the north of western Siberia was covered by a large glacier, just like the north of America and Europe. To the south of this glacier was a dammed basin reaching 130 meters. For this reason, it was believed that looking for archaeological sites dating back to the period of 30 to 40,000 years ago in the north was pointless. It was confirmed by the almost complete absence of finds tools, sites, organic matter, thanks to the international research program using EMS dating and optical stimulating luminescence. Our colleagues from Europe and Russia proved that there was no ice cover in the north of western Siberia 12,000 to 30,000 years ago. It was much earlier, 90,000 to 60,000 years ago north of Salakard. The level of the ice-dammed basin in the Ob Valley did not exceed 60 meters. This is an entirely different paleogeographic picture. For 30 years, I was convinced that in the north of western Siberia, there were all the conditions for the existence of an ancient person. Now we had the opportunity to try to prove it, to find traces of Homo sapiens in the north of the Ob 30,000 to 50,000 years ago. The project manager, head of the laboratory of the Institute of Geology and Mineralogy named after the IVS, commented in a press statement. As reported by the Barents Observer, the analysis suggests that Homo sapiens and not only Neanderthals inhabited the Arctic Circle in the Upper Paleolithic age. About 2 decades ago, it was only certain that Neanderthals, and not Homo sapiens, were occupants in the region during the period. This was discovered by radiocarbon dating a set of bones unearthed in 2001 at the Yakutia site. The radiocarbon analysis suggested that the Neanderthals had found themselves in the region approximately 28,500 to 27,000 years ago. The new EMS analysis has hence provided 2 major breakthroughs. The first one being that Homo sapiens, as well as Neanderthals, inhabited the Arctic Circle during the Paleolithic age. And the second find being that Homo sapiens lived north of the Arctic Circle already 40,000 years ago. Written by Connie Waters, AncientPages.com staff writer.